A combination picture shows Will Smith hitting Chris Rock as Rock spoke on stage during the Oscars. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Rock was roasting some of the nominees and, after mentioning Smith, said of his wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, "Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane the Second, can't wait to see it." Reuters. Brian Snyder. Moments later, Smith walked on stage toward Rock, who had his hands behind his back when Smith threw an open hand at his face that produced an audible smack. Reuters. Brian Snyder. "Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the S.T. out of me," Rock said as the audience laughed, thinking it was a skit. "Wow, dude. It was a G.I. Jane joke," referencing the 1997 film, G.I. Jane, in which actress Demi Moore shaved her head. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Jada Pinkett Smith told Billboard in December she has been battling the autoimmune disorder alopecia, which can cause hair loss and balding. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Smith then made what may become one of the most repeated phrases of Oscar history when he said, "Keep my wife's name out of your King mouth." Rock responded, "I'm going to. That's the greatest night in the history of television." Smith then repeated his phrase, louder and more deliberately. Reuters. Brian Snyder. The audience initially thought Smith's indignation was feigned, part of the act. It was only after he returned to his seat and shouted that the audience went silent and audibly gasped. Many people in the mezzanine stood up and craned their heads to try to catch a glimpse. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Denzel Washington stands in front of Will Smith after Smith hit Chris Rock. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Denzel Washington and Jada Pinkett Smith speak with Will Smith after he hit at Chris Rock. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith seated after the incident. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Smith won the Oscar for playing Richard Williams, the father of tennis stars Venus and Serena Williams. Upon accepting his award, Smith apologized to the Academy and his fellow nominees, but not to Rock. Reuters. Brian Snyder. Richard Williams was a fierce defender of his family, Smith said, and the last thing he said before he took his seat was, "I hope the Academy invites me back." Reuters. Brian Snyder.